Today we're going to look at changing the brake pads, front brake pads, on a Toyota Mark II Yaris. This one's from 2009. You'll need brake pads, good quality ones. If you're doing it yourself, no point saving money. These are Ferodo, Bendix, any good mark. Make sure they're genuine parts, not some stuff that's come from China or somewhere like that. You'll need a tie wrench to remove the wheel, some pliers, a 7mm hex or Allen key, a small hammer, and optionally a big hammer, and some grease is always useful. First thing to do is to remove the hubcap. Which is not that easy. There we go. And with the tire wrench, slacken the 4 nuts. Like that. Now we need to jack the car. So we can do this by positioning a trolley jack underneath the swing arm. Like so. Not the easiest car to find points to jack on. Don't jack on the bodywork, it will crush it. We can now remove the front wheel. The wheel comes off, put it to one side. Now, an important thing to remember, never ever work under a car that's just supported by a jack. If you're going to go underneath, you need axle stands to support the car. We're not going underneath for this job. What we do need to do is remove a rubber cup here, there's a bolt here, and a bolt here that holds the brake assembly on. So these rubber caps just come off with your finger, and they cover a 7mm Allen bolt. So if I bring this round, you can see the bolts in there, and if I come down, the other one's there. So we may as well start with the top. Just have to slacken the bolt. Once we've got it slack, we can put the other end in. That seems to be loose. And then we've got to get down here. And we also have to remove this anti-rattle spring. Just need a pair of pliers to do that. Now using the pliers or whatever, you need to remove those Allen bolts, top and bottom. So we've removed the 2 bolts. This bit should just come off. You may need to use a bit of brute force on it though. And there we go. Now you can remove the brake pads, similar thing. And there you have it. Well, there's still a bit of material on there. And the other brake shoe is just held in by clips and just pulls straight out. Again, it's not looking great condition, but there's still quite a bit of material on there, so it's not bad. Better changing before they get too warm. So first thing is to push the piston back in, and then we need to apply, this just clips in like the one that came out, which you should. There we go, that's in place. We can now turn our attention to the other brake shoe. There's a bit of sticky back tape on it, and you'll see why. This came off the old brake shoe. You just need to apply that like so, then put the shoe in place. And this should just slide in place. Which indeed it does. Let's put a little bit of grease on these before they go back in. So we just tighten those Allen keys up. Don't forget the 2 rubber caps. And now the hardest job is getting this spring back on. So finally, with the spring back on, just make sure it's all neatly in place. It's all very solid. This turns okay. Make sure there's no grease on it. There you have it. All that remains is to put the wheel back on and do the other side.